the basketball. Kenny Nolan inbounds it to Luke Proctor, and here we go. Proctor. Backdoor cut right away. Nolan met at the rim, but a foul is called on Wohl. Great action to start, but Wohl was called for the foul.
Well-designed play with the back cut, just dribbling action right at him, and then he back cut trying to overplay it, but a foul on the end. It was, I don't want to get on the officials early on,
but he looked like he got that one clean.
It was pretty clean.
Yeah, Meyer brought the Windex out for that one. Nolan's first free throw is good, has offers from Army, Navy, Eastern Kentucky, and the second one is good as well. Here comes Fuquay. It's in the hands of Darius Briley, the 6-foot senior, leading the team in assists. Gives it up to number 15, Jaden Bailey. Back on the wing, here's Maslow, top of the key three-pointer. A little flat off the front rim. And here comes Kenny Noland in transition. Noland, little hesitation, dribble, crossover, kick out, extra pass. Gabe Proctor attacks the closeout, floater up, and he's fouled again. And that's 2 on Meyer Wohl, 30 seconds into the game.
Yeah, and that was good action that Fuquay had on there, and they ran a little elevator play right at the free throw line to get a shot for their shooter. Just missed it, but good execution, and then coming down the other end and picking up another foul.
Definitely. We'll see if Wohl stays in and tries to play through two. It looks like he is right now. As Gabe Proctor coming into the night, 13 of 19 from three, proving himself as one of the top shooters in North Carolina in the 2022 class. Here comes Fuquay the other way. Strong drive taken away by Luke Proctor. Here comes Kenny Nolan. He's got numbers. Nolan down low to Askin. Layup, left it long. Rebound secured by Fuquay, and here they come the other way. It's in the hands of Maslow. 6'7" wing, pushes the ball over to Wohl. Baseline drive, layup up, left it short. Maslow recovers, but loses it and stays with the basketball. It'll be Fuquay.
Looks like we're going to have some high tempo to start this game.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful with picking up those early fouls, especially in transition when you only got a 3-on-2 and you're trying to be aggressive as a defender, but you also got to be smart and not pick up these early fouls.
Absolutely. Riley tries it, no good. Rebound. Here comes Apex Friendship. Gives it up. Shot up Proctor. It's good. You get used to that, folks. Gabe Proctor. He uses confidence, doesn't he?
Easy money right there. Just a transition three, slow closeout, easy bucket. It's one of the best ones you can have as a shooter, running into it and then receiving it on transition.
Absolutely. And a drive there from Maslow picked up the foul on Apex Friendship. It will be Will Askin, the senior big man, and it will be Maslow trying to get Fuquay on the board here. They trail 7-0 early. 6:40 to play in the first quarter. Maslow's first free throw is no good.
I think Fuquay just needs a bucket here early to kind of get them going. I think they're just pressing a little bit too much early on.
Definitely. You know, you're not a school that's used to having expectations. You start the season 3-0, you bring in a kid like Sheikh Samora, and there's going to be expectations there. And you have a big game early in the year, you got to be able to get ready. That second one falls for Maslow, and it's 7-1 with 6:35 to play. Here comes Kenny Nolan. Picks up his dribble, gives it over to Proctor. Proctor's going to drive. Little Euro step layup, it's good.
Great move.
Proctor.
Great move.
Definitely.
With the left hand.
Absolutely. Here comes Fuquay the other way. Back to Maslow on the wing, guarded by Proctor. Bench is trying to bring the energy with the limited attendance. Maslow, drive, layup, no good. Rebound, Askin. Askin gives it up to Luke Proctor. Here they go. Rifles it ahead to Nolan. Hesitation, almost stumbled. Kicked it back out to Gabe. Gabe going to try to make a play. Another nice move. Gabe Proctor, no good. Here comes Fuquay. It's in the hands of Meyer Wohl. Pitch head to Samora. Look out. Oh, my.
Get down in transition. We talked about them being athletic, and that's kind of the style that they want. But if they keep getting stops and, forcing a shot where Gabe was a little bit late to get back there because he fell on the ground.
Definitely. Asking for three. No good. Rebound. Here they go again. Luke Proctor thought about it. Dribbles within traffic. Kick over to Nolan. Nolan, no hesitation on the three. It's good. Kenny Nolan. This Apex Friendship team is shooting the cover off the basketball early. And it could be a sign of
It's a beautiful school, by the way.
It is a great school.
If I had, this good-looking school, I would have been a lot smarter.
Absolutely. Here comes Fuquay trying to get back on track offensively. It's in the hands of Briley. Here's Samora. Back to Riley. And there's Maslow on the wing. Trying to get something going here on the baseline. giving it back up to the wing. Try to go between the legs. Maslow's got it. Maslow trying to drive on his man. Turns around. Kick out. It's Maier Wool. Wool dribbles into traffic, turns it over. Frustration settling in. Oh! They tucked him up right there. He threw a forearm into Proctor, and there's a technical foul called. And Fuquay, it's going off the rails early if they can continue to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, obviously, a start of 12-3, but especially early on, you don't really lose a game in the first quarter, so you just kind of play your cool, figure some things out, and try and make a run later on.
Definitely. Got to find a way to keep your composure. Nolan at the free throw line, extending the lead to 10. 13-3 the score, 4:58 to go here in the first quarter. You're watching the Hoop State Network. We appreciate everyone for tuning in with us tonight. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and get it going. Nolan's free throw is good. 14-3 early on. Gabe Proctor has 7 points for Apex Friendship. Coming in averaging over 20 a night. Here is Nolan. Over to Askin, Nicole Ganem. Nolan's got it again. Great action.
Good play
Askin
by
layup.
Friendship.
Absolutely. Easy bucket in the half court. Great set called right there from P.J. Lohman. Here's Fuquay the other way, trying to get something going offensively. Been a struggle thus far. Maslow's stuck. Gives it up to Briley. Briley, crossover, behind the back, has it taken away. Gabe Proctor will bring it up. Pitch ahead, Luke. Thought about the three. There's Ganem in the corner. Drives baseline, gives it up to Gabe Proctor. Proctor pump fake, weaving through traffic. Back out to Ganem for three. No good. Luke Proctor secures the rebound, and it will be Fuquay basketball.
It was good action, though, for Friendship there to drive baseline, extra pass, one more drive baseline, extra pass. Just good action. They're getting what's a lot better look so far, and Fuquay's really having to work for anything that they can get right now.
Definitely. Absolutely. Here comes Fuquay. It's in the hands of Maslow. We got it from Rogers off the inbound. Maslow going to work it over. It's Bailey. Bailey, baseline drive. A lot of traffic there and a turnover. Fuquay just struggling to muster up anything right now. As Isaac Holmes comes into the game, the 6'5", 6'6" sophomore has a unique skill set. Elite vision at that size for his age. Here comes Nolan. Across half court, over to Proctor. Proctor through the lane, layup. Using his body to shield the larger defender, gets it to go.
Another good play. They're getting some good offensive looks here early on.
Definitely. They're getting almost whatever they want. Maslow forced to give it up. It's in the hands of Bailey. Over to Wall. Samora's got it on the wing now, guarded by Nolan. Dribbles between the legs 3 times, crossover. Struggling to get anything going here for Fuquay Varina. They're down 18-3 right now. Here's Samora. Samora trying to create. Downhill, floater up, and no good. Will go to the free throw line. Just got to find a way to get something going.
Yeah, a little stagnant. A lot of one-on-one, some pick and roll at the top. Just need a little bit more movement. Try and get a couple easy looks to get that confidence back.
Definitely. Getting stops and getting out in transition would help too, but they haven't been able to do that either. Samora at the line for 2. Up and good. And if things are stagnant offensively, the best way to kind of right the ship is just getting to the line and getting easy points.
Yep, and then it also gets them in foul trouble. If you can get a couple of their big-time players in some foul trouble, move them to the bench, and then Friendship has to get, 7, 8, 9 off the bench, and it just changes the dynamic of the game.
Definitely. We got an official timeout. With them playing in mask, I think what they decided to do is, at the halfway mark of every quarter, give them basically a media timeout. Kind of get themselves together. Yeah.
That makes sense.
It is what it is.
Quick drink, get back out there.
Definitely.
Some fresh air.
Yeah, something. Whatever you can get. 3:25 to play in the first quarter, 18-4. It's been all Apex Friendship early on. Gabe Proctor leading the way with 9 points, getting half of what Apex Friendship has so far.
Yeah, and I think what you said is really big for...
It's kind of that tweener wing type that can make plays above the rim. Free throw is good. Definitely looks like there was a lane violation there, but it wasn't called. 18-5 the score. Here comes Luke Proctor. Noland on the wing. Attacks all the way to the cup. No good. Help side defense there from Maslow. He's pushing it now. Maslow gives it up. Samora to the lane. Layup. It's good. Shike Samora. Looks like he got hurt a little bit. Maybe fell and hit the back of his head, but it looks like he'll be okay.
I think we'd be good coaches. We just called it. You get a couple stops there, get one stop at this end, be able to push it in transition, get a layup.
Yeah, something. Absolutely.
We might have to get us our own team.
Maybe we just start an AU program and take everyone in the state now.
There you go. But that's what they need. I'm telling you, with that athleticism, they need to get out in transition. It puts a lot of pressure on Friendship to stay straight up and not, have a bunch of fouls because it's putting pressure on them. And then they get those easy looks. It'll give them the confidence, to play better defense on this end.
Here is Proctor. Over to Proctor again. Here's Nolan now to Ganem on the corner. Ganem to Luke Proctor. Here's Isaac Holmes. Good ball movement here from Friendship. Nolan tries to get downhill. He's fouled. Gabe Proctor getting ready to inbound. Team up 18-7. 2:44 to play first quarter. Trying to find something. They get it to Ganem. Ganem, good back cut Nolan. Down the middle of the floor, it's no good. Rebound Samora.
Great cut. Just need to finish that one.
Yep. Good resistance there from Fuquay Varina at the rim. Here comes Samora over to Meyer Wool. Wool going to drive to the lane. Kick out. Shot up in traffic, and a foul is called on Isaac Holmes. Doesn't look like he likes it.
But that's what they got to do. They push it. Put the defense in a tough spot to play a quick one-on-one there, and then they got to bring the help side. When the help side comes, you got to cut on the baseline and draw a foul.
Absolutely. Here is Dylan Smith, the 6'4 forward, junior, at the line. First one is up and good. Fuquay settling in a little bit. And number 21, Patrick Sams, going to check in for Holmes. Sams had a nice summer with Team Marie, playing for Coach Thomas Carr this summer. TC, man. One of the best around.
Shout out to TC.
Absolutely. Hopefully he's tuning in. Excited to see what he does with Team Loaded this summer. Seems like he's going to be bringing in a mob of talent, which is some Thomas Carr thing. That's what he does.
He's definitely better at developing players than he is at golfing, I can tell you that.
I'm sure. Here comes Luke Proctor, initiating the offense for Friendship. Got it out to Sams, back to Luke. Trying to get something. Here's Kenny Nolan. Clean look from three. It is good.
Another good play. Nice little pin down action off of a cross screen. The defender helps, and he's able to come off clean.
Absolutely. Here is Samora trying to get it back for Fuquay. Drive, floater up. That's a tough shot.
Off the wrong foot, too.
I know.
Just a good finish.
Acrobatic. Here comes Proctor. It's Luke over to Cole Ganem. Patrick Sams has it now. Back to Kenny Nolan. In the corner. Great ball movement here from Apex Friendship. It's been the story of them when we saw them in the Hoop State Fall League. As Ganem takes a three, no good. A foul was called off the ball on Wall. The first foul was actually on Shik Samora, so now Wall actually has two. We'll see what kind of factor that plays through the rest. 10 team fouls already on Fuquay. They've given up 10 team fouls, 6. They've already given up 21 points. Apex Friendship will be shooting free throws from here on out. Here's Noland again. Dribbles across the top of the key. Back to Luke Proctor, to his brother Gabe. Gabe from the volleyball line. No good. Luke's got it. He'll settle it down and take one more on the line. He makes it.
It's technically Proctor to Proctor, right?
You can count that as an assist, right?
There you go.
He went to state. Derek Wittenberg had one of the best assists on a shot ever.
I'd have a lot more assists if they'd count it like that.
Yeah.
Richard Howe would be getting a lot of assists off.
I was going to say, yeah. Richard was the guy cleaning it up. As Maslow gets they didn't call an and one. They called it on the floor. And the fans don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's more on the high school side. I think college and professional, you get that.
That's an and one.
I think in the high school, it's one that they still haven't really adopted, but it should probably be a basket.
Definitely. Foul is called there, down low. Maslow will now shoot 2 free throws.
And now they're just putting a bunch of pressure on Friendship to not foul and maybe get them in a little foul trouble to change the complex of this game.
100%. I think now that, fouls are pretty even, 6-5, we'll see how Fuquay attacks. They do have the size advantage positionally throughout the lineup. So if they can find a way to get to the basket, they could potentially make some things happen to help them out. Maslow at the line again. It is up. It is good. Gabe Proctor will get a break. And it will be number 33, Colin Cleary checking in for Apex Friendship. Here's Luke Proctor. Over to Sams on the wing. Nolan gives it up to Proctor. Thought about it. Will drive. Floater up. Rejected away. A lot of contact. They didn't call anything.
Yeah, that probably should have been either a block or charge because it was enough to affect the play. So, something probably should have been called. But again, let them play. They get the ball back and another chance.
Absolutely. Oh, nice action there. Nolan layup. It's good over the bigger Maslow. Kenny Nolan's off to a strong start.
And they've had some good out-of-bounds plays and some good sets here early on.
Absolutely. Maslow hits his man with an in and out. Here's Wohl driving. Floater up. Left it short. Rebound into the hands of Luke Proctor. Nolan gives it back up to Luke. Luke, out of the triple threat, attacks. A lot of contact, no call there. Here comes Maslow. He's got someone trailing him. He's got to be careful. Gives it up to Samora. Layup. Acrobatic. Samora's got 9. He's getting it done. I think he's got 10 now, actually.
That's an athlete right there. Just running the floor, jumping higher than the defender and finishing.
Yep, 26-14. High-scoring action here in the first quarter. 10 seconds left. Proctor's got it. He's going to settle it down. They'll run a ball screen. He'll reject it. Attack. Shot up. No good. Rebound secured. Cleary. Layup. Got it. That's a big play off the bench to close the quarter. 28-14. Apex Friendship putting on an offensive clinic right now. What is making them go? Why are they so efficient on that end of the floor right now?
Well, I think they're just running really good sets. They're putting a lot of pressure. There's many ways you can put pressure on the defense, and the way Apex is doing it right now is not necessarily with the ball screen or one-on-one. It's the cross-screen action. And I think Fuquay, for the majority of the first quarter, they switched to everything, but they're just a little bit slow on the switches and a little bit hesitant. And if you do that when someone's coming off of a down screen, it did for a little stretch there. They kind of clawed back into it a little bit because they were able to get those stops and out in transition.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It will be Samora initiating the offense here out of the start of the second quarter with Kenny Nolan guarding him. They've both been the star of the show right now. Samora with 10, Nolan with 12. Here's Fuquay getting back into their offense. Wohl's got it. Maslow for 3. Rattles in. Got it to go. Ryan Maslow, the 6'7 senior, knocks it down and makes it an 11-point game.
And that's the action they need. They set another pin-down action, had some good screens early on to kind of distract the defense, and they're able to get a good look.
Definitely. Here's Askin over to Gabe Proctor. Proctor's playing with 2 fouls. Gabe around the screen, forced to give it up. Cleary, good pump fake drive, little floater. It's good. Colin Cleary with the floater.
Off the bench, giving them good minutes.
Absolutely. He's got 4 early on. Samora playing around with it a little too much and loses it. It will be Apex Friendship basketball.
Yeah, they just need to slow it down a little bit. I know they want to play fast-paced, but in the half-court offense, just slow it down a little bit and get good possessions.
You don't have to get all 15 or 13 points back in one possession.
Exactly. You still got 3 quarters to play.
Absolutely. A lot of basketball left. Here's Askin on the wing, the big fella on the perimeter. Gives it up to Cleary. He's pressured and fouled.
Some good old flex action there by Apex Friendship.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
My dad would be proud right now.
I'm sure he would.
But again, it's just hard action to guard. You're constantly moving, you're constantly setting screens. Defenders got to make decisions, and all it takes is one person to mess up. And in this case, they got a foul. Someone tries to switch out and get either a good look or fouled like this.
Yep. And here's Cleary at the line shooting a 1-and-1. He's giving them nice minutes off the pine tonight. First shot is up and good. 14-point lead now with 6:59 to play in the half. Cleary, the junior, for one more. It's good. 32-17 the score. Fuquay Varina's got to get something going if they want to make it interesting. We'll see what they do on this possession. Samora, guarded by Nolan, gives it up to Wohl. Wohl trying to direct traffic. Gives it up. Thought about the shot there. Here's Wohl again. Wohl, drive, layup. It's good. Meyer Wall showing the versatility at 6'8" to get to the basket. Here's Cleary again. Stops. Thought about it. Going to take his time. Proctor now. Got to get a hand up on him. Asking. Over to Nolan. Nolan thought about it. Oh, got it. Definitely traveled there.
Yep.
Shuffled that foot. Would have been a nice move, but
usually you get a nice move when you take one too many steps.
That's a good point, though.
It makes it a lot easier.
It does. It gives you a little bit extra boom. Here is Samora. His team's down 13. He's been really good. See if the rest of his guys can step it up and try to make something happen. Samora. Over to Bailey. Back to Rogers. Rogers going to drive. Kick out stolen by Nolan. Got himself into a tough spot. Pitch head. Cleary. Oh, he tried to put it on his head, but unable to do so. Gets the steal right back. Sams. Nolan. Tries to put a pump fake on Wohl, and he traveled again.
I'm going to disagree with that one.
Yeah.
That was just a jump stop. But, I mean, again, good hustle.
Yeah.
Went for the dunk, missed it, came back, got a steal from behind, gave his team another possession. Questionable call on one end, or they could have had another 2 points.
Yep.
But Apex just looks really good. I mean, they're playing good help side defense. They're understanding when they're playing one-on-one, if their defender is playing good defense, not to overhelp. So they're doing a good job early on both ends of the court.
And especially considering the circumstance of the season, you know, I was talking to Gabe and Luke and Kenny, and they basically said they playing in the fall, getting 10 games under their belt as a team, even though Lohman wasn't coaching them, was really helpful. How difficult do you think it would be to establish chemistry when you're only playing 14 games and there's limited practice time and stuff like that?
It's tough, especially when you got guys, you know, that are going from JV to varsity. It's an adjustment. Mm-hmm. Anytime you go from any other level, whether it be freshman to JV to varsity, it's going to be a change. So you got to find a way to get these guys, you know, that may not have had that experience without having those games. So anytime you can have those summer league games or whatever it may be, is going to be beneficial for them, you know, to get that experience in.
Absolutely. Wonder what the call is. Looked like it was Samora going to the line, but not quite in the 1-and-1 just yet. It will be Cooper Hart inbounding to Samora, and Fuquay is going to try to narrow their deficit right here with 5:25 to play in the half. Samora over to Bailey. Bailey tries to put a move on his man, loses it in his feet, but gives it up. Meyer Wall going to try to drive, gives it right back. Baseline attack, shut down by Askin. Forced to give it up. Good
Great
defense there.
Defensive possession.
Samora trying to create out of the triple threat in a tough spot. Kicks it out. Drive, layup, no good. Tip in is no good. Rebound secured by Luke Proctor amongst the trees. He pitches ahead to Kenny. Nolan, layup. A lot of contact. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that go unnoticed on the defensive end. Yeah, the guy guarding the ball is playing good defense, but you got the help side that's faking and getting back, and it's hard for a guy to, you know, drive and go one-on-one when they see a guy, you know, long and trying to play that help side. So they're doing a really good job on the defensive end, you know, forcing them to take tough shots.
Absolutely. You know who's blowing up our phone. Put it that way. You know who's blowing up our phone.
Yeah. We'll let it slide for now. I'm sorry for saying Apex. It's friendship. It's going to take me a second to get used to it.
It's all good.
So I'll keep getting in friendship.
No,
so
you're good. You're not from this area. You don't know.
I'll figure it out slowly.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Fuquay the other way. Down 15, 4:50 to go. Maslow's got it on the wing. Gives it up and gets it right back to the hands of Bailey. Here's Bailey. Over to Rogers. Rogers out of the triple threat. Drive. Good dump-off pass, layup
Great
for
pass.
Bailey.
Great
Absolutely.
pass. And that's what they need. They need to find a way
to get paint touches.
Yeah, and they're going to do that. And Friendship plays a good help side defense, and they got to be able to make the right quick play. Another stop.
Here comes Maslow.
In transition.
Off two, dunks it home. Ryan Maslow getting it going a little bit. And now it's an 11-point game. Fuquay trying to get back within striking distance.
And that's what they need. Got to keep doing that.
Absolutely. Here's Askin. Over to Luke Proctor. Gabe Proctor open at the top of the key from three.
I like how he pulls down his mask to talk a little trash.
There's a video I might have to show you. I don't know if you saw it, the video of him mic'd up.
I think I did catch that one.
Yeah, he's a goofball.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the biggest goofballs I've ever seen.
That's all right. If you make shots like that, you're allowed to talk.
100%. Let your game do the talking, and you can yap a little bit too. Layup off the second chance is no good. Rebound fought for in the hands of Kenny Nolan. 6'1" guard finds a way to secure it. 37-23. Proctor from three again.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't let him shoot that open too many times, or this lead could get a lot bigger.
Yes, it can. Came in shooting 13 of 19 from deep on the year. Strong drive and layup there from Mr. Evan Rogers. Needed that one. He's doing a nice job getting to the cup right now, whether it's making plays for himself or others. 37-25, 3:15 to go. Another one? Oh, he attacks the closeout. Drives baseline, reverse lay. And he fell a little awkward, but he smacks the floor, gets right back up.
And that's what they got to do. They got to force him to put the ball on the floor, and then you just got to kind of rotate and make him take a tough one like you did there, and you got to live with, shots like that.
Yep. Here's Cooper Hart, gives it up to Maslow. Maslow tries to attack. Nolan took his cookies. Here comes Kenny Nolan. Maslow trailing. Kenny Nolan throws it down and bumps his man and says, hey, I'm here.
Good defense, good finish.
41-25. The Apex Friendship lead's getting big. Maslow, step back three to answer. No good. He falls down. Here comes Gabe Proctor. Whoa, a lot of contact. And they tech Maslow up. Luke Proctor's drawn 2 technicals tonight.
Yeah, he's just a little frustrated. He got, the steal on this end and then came down and missed a shot and thought he might have been fouled at the top and just bumped Proctor a little bit. Just got to keep your cool. It's part of the game. You get competitive. I've been there. I've done it many times, but you just got to play smart because I believe the technicals here count as a foul too towards it.
Yeah.
So when I turned pro, that wasn't the case. When you get a tech, it doesn't count towards your personal foul. That's one thing you just got to be smart because, especially when you're one of the better players on the team, you're going to need you down the stretch and not have as many fouls.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as a senior, you got to find a way to keep your composure and be the guy. Remember, I was watching a video with your old teammate Tyler Lewis working out with a kid by the name of Aiden Holloway. He said, you're too good of a player to get down.
Yep.
Like, if you're one of the main guys on a team, everyone else is looking at you to say, hey, we need to rally around you. You can't be the guy that loses your composure. But hopefully he's able to right the ship a little bit. 2.5 minutes to play. Did you play at all during the time where there weren't fans, or the last time that you played was?
So I left overseas right when it kind of all started to go down. So I was fortunate enough to get out of the country before it happened. But I played a game in Turkey where the fans actually, I think they lit fireworks in the arena the year before. So they banned fans when that team that they did it to came back to our arena. So I had to play with no fans there. And it was really different. But at the same time, if you have a good coach that scouts, you hear everything, so if they run fist down, fist up, and you have a good scout, you kind of have an idea on the play. So in a way, it can make a lot of things easier. But at the same time, a lot of, even in the college, you'll see it, a lot of teams that aren't that good can beat a good team because there's not as much pressure on you. You just got to make shots with no fans.
Definitely. Proctor, talk about making shots.
Another good play out of the mass timeout.
Yep.
Just good execution and making shots.
And now the lead is ballooned up to 19 as Fuquay struggles to get anything going, especially defensively. They can't get stops. But here they are. Maslow has it, top of the key, gives it up in the hands of Bullock. Bullock over to Bailey. Bailey going to try to create, turns around, weird kind of shot, had more room and time than he probably thought. And over the back call, and Cade Proctor's fired up.
Yep, a good move. Just probably need to take his time a little bit. I don't think he realized he was that open.
No.
And could have just stepped through and probably made a left-hand layup. But, again, Friendship is just playing really well on the defensive end. Yeah,
and when you string possession after possession of good defense together, it gets guys out of rhythm. And when they are open, they're like, wait, there's no way I'm this open right now.
Yeah, and a little bit of frustration. But, again, it's a long game. Just keep your composure. Keep playing. Even though Friendship is playing as well.
Yep. Proctor at the line for one more. It's had a hot start. That one's good. Coming up from JV last year and is off to a great start in his varsity basketball career. Here comes Fuquay. They got to get something going here down by 21. It's what we like to call in the Hoops Day Network past the sticks territory. Wohl drives, pulls up. He's fouled. Find a way to settle it down, get to the free throw line. We'll see if Wohl can knock these down right here. Wohl hit a half-court shot to send the game to overtime against Heritage last week. Earlier this week, actually, I believe.
Did they pull it out in overtime?
They did pull it out
there
in overtime.
You go. So that's a big-time shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
especially to get the win.
Yeah, against Heritage, a team that a lot of people thought would, or still think have a chance to go on a deep run. They featuring Clemson commit Lucas Taylor. Here is Wool. Gabe Proctor up to a game-high 19 points. 46-27 the score after Wool knocks down both free throws. Nolan's got it across half court. Here's Gabe Proctor. Might have been too much space, but they find Cleary on the cut. Kick out Sam's, corner three. It's good. They're just putting on a clinic.
It's good basketball. They're driving in an unorthodox way where they're not throwing it in the post and going inside out. They're driving inside and then throwing it out, which is just putting a lot of pressure on Fuquay.
Yep, and then an error right there, just finding a way. And like I said, people didn't have a ton of expectations for Apex Friendship this year until really they saw them in the Fall League, because you lose 4 starters featuring, I think, Jaden Bellotti is at post-grad, but he's going to play college basketball. You lose 4 college basketball players, and you find a way to get this going. Proctor again, no good. Rebound, battled around, people diving on the floor, and it will be Fuquay ball after, I think they called a foul on Askin.
They're going to need some of that, some of those hustle plays where they're getting on the floor and beating Friendship to the ball, especially to kind of get this energy turned around for them.
Definitely. 49-27 the score. Under a minute to play in the half. And Wool is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1 to try to get it back within 20.
I haven't heard 1-and-1 in a long time.
Yeah.
After turning professional, they got rid of it.
Yeah. So here he is for that 1-and-1. First free throw, rattles out. No good, couldn't capitalize and hit the front end. Coach Lohman emphasizing off-ball movement on this possession, what they've been doing all night. Proctor's got it on the wing. We'll dribble across around the top of the key. Here's Kenny Nolan. They're going to settle it down. Gabe Proctor's got it now. 35 seconds left. They're taking their time. We'll see what they're able to get out of this possession. Now Luke's got it. Up close to half court, gives it up to Kenny Nolan. 25 seconds left in the half. Apex Friendship doing what they can to try to get to the 50-point mark. Here's Nolan, drive. Oh my goodness, what a block from Mayer Wall.
Just long arms and an athlete protecting the rim.
Going to need more of that in the second half if they want a chance to come back. Here's Proctor. Going to work it around. Will Askin's got it. 15 seconds to work with. Down low to Proctor. Kick out Kenny Nolan. Good pump fake, Kenny. Kick back out to Luke. Luke thought about the three. Takes the three. No good. Rebound Maslow. They got a pitch ahead. They got 4 seconds to work with. He's going to pull up from deep. The lefty is no good. Tip in. Are they going to count it? Looks like but we'll see. We still got a whole half of basketball to go, and let's get it rolling right here. Darius Briley going to initiate the offense for Fuquay and get things going. Here's Wool. He'll face up. Gives it up to Samora. Samora over to Briley. Going to try to get some movement going. Pull up. One dribble confident. Knocks it down. Here comes Kenny Nolan for Apex Friendship. Had a big first half. Here's Luke Proctor. Gives it to his brother Gabe. Gabe forced to give it up. Backdoor, good ball movement. Askin corner three, way long.
It's great ball movement, but Fuquay that time switched the screen a lot more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And then that forced the big man to take a three. So
little fake jump shot into a pass, and a foul is called down low on the floor. I think they called it on Gabe, and that's his third foul. Keep that in mind. 7:15 to play, third quarter. Watching the Hoop State Network. Here's Wool. Gives it up. It's Briley. Briley already hit one pull-up. We'll take another. That one's no good. Kind of a settle right there. Down 20. Here's Noland in transition. Going to work it around in the hands of Luke Proctor. Over to Kenny. Kenny faces up. Attacks. Back out to Gabe. Pump fake. Get caught a little bit. Might have been a travel. It was.
Yeah, some good help side. Forced someone to put the ball on the floor, make a decision. Held on to it maybe a second too long. Dragged the back foot.
Definitely. Fuquay definitely looking like they're bringing some boost in the energy department on the defensive end so far in this first minute.
I think this is where, sometimes a crowd would come in and help, a home team to kind of get them going.
Get 2 stops out of the half, trying to bring some energy. Here's Maslow from deep. Way short. Shot looked a little flat. Pitch ahead. Here's Noland on the drive. Floater up, rejected away by Wall. He's done a nice job protecting the rim today. Here's Gabe Proctor. Retreats, gives it up to Askin. Over to Gannon. Proctor's got it again. Askin, layup, count it.
Good play.
Absolutely.
Little rip screen right there, and again, they're just continuing to execute and set good screens and get good looks.
Samora going to work it around. It's in the hands of Wall. Fitzmail with a jab step, pull up 3. No good. Rebound is battled for, and we'll go with Apex Friendship.
I feel like you can put that on like a reel. I just feel like I keep repeating myself. Friendship's just executing on that offensive end and setting good screens, which goes a long way.
Yeah, what they're doing in the half court tonight should be shown to coaches everywhere because they're putting on a clinic. Here's Proctor around a screen. Settles it down over to Ganem. Here's Luke Proctor around a screen himself. Going to work it around again. Nolan. Going to keep running that until they get a good look. Kick out. Luke Proctor, catch and shoot 3. It's off. Rebound Maslow. Here comes Maslow. Pitch ahead. Riley, 3. Off the top of the backboard. That was ugly. Ganem, pitch ahead. Out of the... It looked like it was out of the hands of Luke Proctor, but he's able to recover, kicked out of bounds. And it will be Apex Friendship basketball. 51-29 the score, 5:22 to go. Nolan's got it. Drive, pull up 3. Way off. Rush that one a little bit. Nolan's a good shooter, but he's got to take his time a little bit. Hesitation, pull up, way off. A lot of missed shots right now on both sides of the ball. But Jaden Bailey's able to clean it up.
Good offensive rebound again. Got out in transition, didn't get the first shot, but was able to push it. And again, the defense isn't in position, so they get offensive rebound putback.
There it is. Simple basketball. Here comes Proctor. Reverse layup. Left it short. Almost grabbed the rebound from the ground. And a foul is called there on Samora.
See, and those are those loose balls that Fuquay needs to get. Being down 20 points, the ball takes 1 or 2 bounces on the floor. They got to find a way to get that, then making a pass up the court and start to push it. If they want to get back in it, those 50-50 balls they got to be able to get.
Absolutely. It's a huge part of a game that people don't talk about is winning those 50-50 battles can swing the result. Here's Luke Proctor on the inbound. Going to get it to Kenny. I think he's going to get it to Kenny, bring it from behind half court. Here's Nolan. Over to Askin. Back to Kenny. Thought about it. Takes it. Makes it. Kenny Nolan. We talked about this a little bit before the game, and we talked about how much we think there needs to be a shot clock. How much of a factor would you think that would play in just a normal basketball game, the fact that it helps the flow and stuff like that?
I think it would be big, especially you get a lot of teams that are, almost 4 corners that when they know that they're playing against a team that they may not be able to compete against. I remember it was, I want to say it was Jasper for me in a high school game. Jasper had no business beating us, but they just slowed the game down so much. It got us frustrated and everybody else frustrated. So, and it prepares them for the next level. So, obviously not everybody's going to go play college basketball, but it also prepares you for that next step if you do. So it gives, college coaches as well a good preview. And then obviously it's a lot funner to watch a game that's,
has flow.
70 to 75 instead of, a 30 to 35 game. So obviously just speeding it up and just getting more offensive possessions would be nice to see.
Yep, absolutely. I remember there was a game, a high-level game between Wesleyan and Greensboro Day. Greensboro Day won the tip on each overtime and just held it.
Yeah.
And the game was like 38 to 36, and it's like, these are high-level teams with elite players on the floor. Let's get some flow. But either way, here's Apex Friendship up by 21. No one's going to drive. Kick, Proctor, forced to go in for a little bit, but has it rejected away by Maslow. And that ball is on the floor and ends up in the hands of Apex Friendship again. Kick out, Kenny Nolan, 3. No good off the top of the backboard. And it will be Fuquay basketball.
Better possession defensively there for Fuquay. Find a way to get that block shot maybe and get out in transition, but overall able to get it and, get that stop. They got to keep doing that and, get 4 or 5 stops in a row and push the tempo and run it back towards Friendship.
Absolutely. Just crossed the halfway mark of the third quarter. Here's Fuquay Varina. Bailey's got it. Maslow going to try to attack. Able to. Layup. Strong drive from Ryan Maslow. Play with Garner Road this summer. Here's Proctor over to Kenny Nolan. Nolan takes a look, gives it up to Luke. Over to his brother Gabe. Good cut. Ganem thought about it, pulls up. And no good. Bounce just out. Samora recovers. We'll see what he can do here. Full head of steam, Samora. Gives it up to Wool. Wool, strong drive, kick. Bailey, 3, no good. Rebound. Samora's able to bounce it and save it.
That's great hustle.
Definitely.
Great hustle.
Senior leader, team down big, got to find a way to claw back into it, got to make plays like that.
And again, I like to praise the guys that don't get the stat on that. That won't be in the stat sheet. And, this may be on audio. You may
to make a great living doing the dirty work. It's true. Whether it's CJ, talk about North Carolina guys, we mentioned PJ Tucker. There's a lot of those guys around. Gary Clark is kind of finding his way doing stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Here is Fuquay trying to get it going. Down 19, they can still make a run. Maslow, baseline drive in traffic. Tries to give it up to Wool. And Samora recovers. Floater up, dump down pass, rejected away by Holmes. Ball is fought for. Let's call it tie ball. Or jump ball, 54-35 the score. See where the possession ends up. Looks like it's going to be Apex Friendship basketball.
Scoreboard must be wrong.
Yeah. Hey man, they had a phone playing music into a microphone here. Who knows? It's not their home school. Who knows what the deal is?
It's different times.
Absolutely.
Different times.
Here's Luke Proctor. Taking his time. Gives it up to Ganem. Holmes has it now. The sophomore gives it up to Luke.
That rip play is giving them a lot of problems.
Here's Luke again. The Proctor boys play catch. I'm sure those one-on-one games are competitive and fun. And there's no trash talk in any of those. Here's Proctor again. Gives it to Ganem. Middle of the floor. Kick out Luke. Just taking their time. Running time off the clock. They got a nice lead. Staying patient. A foul's called.
See, this is where Fuquay could benefit from that shot clock.
Yeah.
You got to get a shot off there. You could force a tough one and get out in transition. But now that they've kind of built a lead, they're just going to take their time and continue to execute like they have been and get the best shot possible.
Yep, that's what they've been doing all game, and it seems like all season long, because if they win this one, they'll move to 4-0. And all of their wins so far have been by 20-plus. Here comes Samora with a full head of steam, and he gets it poked away. Proctor recovers after the steal from Ganem. Here comes Luke, eyes up, looking to make a play. Gives it up to his brother. Thought about the 3. Luke, kick out, Kenny Nolan, catch and shoot for 3.
Just good basketball. Good pass by Proctor there. Knocked down the 3. It's going to be hard to come back if they keep doing stuff like that.
Absolutely. Those inside-out 3s are the ones you want.
That would be his 4th?
I think so.
And maybe a technical?
Maybe his 5th.
Well, if Fuquay needed a boost.
It might be. Well, so I'm trying to remember if the technical foul counts towards your personal. We'll see if it. I think, yeah, I guess.
Well, it'd be easier if I could see the player and the fouls on the scoreboard too, because I could tell you how many he has.
Yeah. Shot up, no good from Samora. I think Gabe Proctor's day might be done. He's not happy. He's put in a nice outing, though.
Solid work, but again, you just got to be smart there. We said it earlier for Fuquay. I mean, somebody that important on your team, you just got to be smart. Heaven forbid, you know what he would be feeling like if Fuquay came back and won this game because he couldn't play because of a situation like that. So you just got to stay smart and understand your worth and the value to the team and, not get out of control.
Yep. And that's the thing. Like, he came up from JV and has already proven to be such a highly important piece for this group that is trying to make noise in the North Carolina Public High School 4A classification.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's just, I was there too. I had a lot of, for granted I didn't have a lot of technicals because my dad was on the bench, so I couldn't get away with much. But, you just got to be smart. And the older you get, the more you learn that. And it's easy for me, playing all over the world and telling these kids that now. But, when they look back on it, they would wish they'd do, something just a little bit different. And just the attitude and not getting those sloppy ones is one of them.
100%. Another foul called there on Ganem as Nolan misses the three. Refs calling this one tightly right now. 57-36 to score, 1:33 to go. Fuquay's going to have to make a serious push if they want to get back within striking distance here.
This is where I always told the officials if we were up and they were calling a bunch of fouls that I had a dinner reservation with somebody, so it never worked.
It's like, I got dinner at 8, man. We got to get this thing over with.
Yep.
Here's Maslow. Hits his man with the triple threat move. Kick out, Wool, 3. It's good. Meyer, Wool.
That's good basketball. They penetrate. The defense helps, kicks it out. They just need to get more good offensive possessions, make some shots, and you can very easily get back in this game.
Yep. They cut it to 18 right there.
That's
drive,
a
charge.
There you go. Those are the plays you need. You got to be able to do that, and you got to be able to do it consistently and not have lapses where you're not playing good defensively and offensively. It's okay, to have a couple bad possessions offensively, but if you're going to do that, you got to come back and have a good possession defensively.
Yep. And if they can find a way to narrow this deficit a little bit more. Actually, so I guess Gabe has 4, so we'll come back in.
I'm telling you, we need it on the
We do. We really need
the screen because we can't really tell.
We'll cut them some slack since it's a new school and nobody's been in class because of distant learning, virtual learning. So they haven't been able to use this for the gym basketball games.
All right.
Shot up, tip in, no good. Third try is.
There you go.
Living on the glass, Meyer Wool.
And now you get it to 16. You're giving yourself a chance to head into the last quarter. Get a stop here, maybe a score on the other end, and you got momentum going into the fourth.
Absolutely. Here's Holmes at the middle of the floor, trying to get Proctor a look, unable to do so. They close out on him. He'll Euro through the lane, kick out Isaac Holmes, drive, kick out Luke Proctor. He'll try to attack the closeout. Good defense here from Fuquay in this closing moments of the third quarter.
That is great defense, and that's what they got to do. They helped everybody. They helped the helper, and that's just good defense.
Yep. And even if you don't win this game, these two teams are going to see each other again, potentially obviously in the regular season, but maybe in the conference tournament or the playoffs. So you want to set the tone like, hey, you might have gotten us this time, but we're going to see you again.
Yeah, and I can promise you, the coaches will go back and see that possession. That's something, even though you may not have a great game that night, they can go back and show that.
Definitely. Wool, drive, layup, no good. Proctor's got it now. Gets caught a little bit. I guess he shouldn't be in the game because of that. We were so confused because does the technical count? But he never told him he was ineligible, so I guess that's on the official from a communication standpoint.
I'm interested to see what
the verdict is.
Yeah, what you do off of that. So is it a technical, another technical?
I guess it'd be a team technical for having an ineligible player in the game.
We have to go to the rule book.
Hopefully we don't get a Colin Sexton situation. They're playing with 3 guys.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, I know there's a lot of weird scenarios where something could happen like that, but I've honestly never seen that before.
Where an ineligible player comes back in. I can't remember it happening. AAU.
Okay, that's AAU.
Yeah, not in a high school game that's sanctioned by anything.
I mean,
we've seen some crazy things in AAU.
Yeah, I've played against 30-years in an AAU game.
We had, unfortunately, in a non-live event, there was a kid that had played a year Division III that came back and tried to play in an AAU event. It's like, yo, you shouldn't be playing this, bro. Your eligibility, you're already using your eligibility.
It looks like, yeah, it'll be a technical.
So opportunity for Fuquay to narrow the deficit again. They're going to get the ball.
So that would be a team technical, I'm going to assume?
I would assume.
Or on the coach, maybe?
Yeah, a bench technical. Maybe it would be qualified as a delay a game. I have no idea. I do know one thing. It looks like Maslow is going to go to the line here for Fuquay as they try to get back on track.
Yeah, and I think...
And I'll say this. As a manager, if I was doing the book, I was communicating as much as I could. Yeah, hey, he's got this, he's got this. Maslow's free throw's no good. I do know one thing. If Gabe Proctor's not in this game, he's going to provide energy from the bench.
Yeah, we've got, there's only probably about 50 people in the stands, but it's getting a little bit rowdy here.
A little spicy.
I like it.
I like it, too. I need the chippiness. I need the energy.
Maybe this will, boost Fuquay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 12.7 to go. It's going to be their ball. Down 15. You get a bucket here. You go into the fourth quarter with a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
And arguably one of the best players of the game, who, again, we're going to assume he has 5. Really, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Give you a chance here.
Yeah, we'll see. And they're still having the conversation like, how do you not tell me, how does the official book not communicate with me that he's fouled out?
Well, and typically, too, they, like, in Europe, they actually hold up like a little paddle that says how many fouls you have. And then if you foul out, the official needs to say that's his fifth, and you get, I think it's like a minute and a half to make a decision on what you want to do. And that wasn't done, so.
Here's Maslow. Spin move, travel. He got it bobbled away and then shuffled his feet, and the Friendship bench loves it. They get the ball back with 2.2 left. We'll see if they can get anything. Luke going to heave it. Left is short. And at the end of the third go, fourth quarter underway, crunch time's about to get started. And Fuquay Varina is going to do what they can to come back in. Bull, catch and shoot triple. Oh, if that one fell, that would have been a big one. Good offensive rebound. Excellent pass off that. And
they executed.
Got a good look.
And it put them in a good position to get offensive rebound because they executed. It all has a correlation.
Yep.
When you play, get good shots, you're in good positions now to get offensive rebound, and everything works a little bit better. And you can see him trying to pick up that pressure on the defensive end as well.
Yep. Sam's thought about the three, going to drive through. Oh, my goodness. Mayer won't. Meet me at the rim. He's going to come all the way down the lane, layup, and a charge.
Yeah, he should have gave that up a little bit earlier. Yeah, he had him running down the right side wide. He should probably gave it up just a quick second earlier. But again, they just got to keep playing this defense, keep getting out in transition. Friendship is going to get a little frustrated if they can kind of put them out of it.
Yep. And that's one of the things that for the next step for Wohl is the decision-making in the open floor. He's got a lot of physical potential, clearly skilled, but just making those decisions in the open floor is going to be a big next step for him.
We got some fans getting rowdy. We got people hitting the bleachers. I like it.
We got the aunties stomping their feet, man.
I like it.
Here's Nolan. Got the switch. He's going to drive. Kick out. Proctor. Thought about the extra pass. It's a foul.
Yeah, he had a good closeout. He came a little bit off balance and kind of got into him. I believe that might be his fourth, but again, we don't have a...
we don't have it on the scorebook, so we're playing the guessing game. I think that is his fourth, though.
And we don't know what technicals count because he had his technical earlier in the game, so we don't know if that counts towards it or not. So he could have three.
Yep, it's a mystery game we're playing here, but we're going to bring it to you live. That's the only thing we'll guarantee. Here is Sams. Gets it over to Holmes. Holmes, good pass. Oh, he completely smoked the layup.
Now they got to push.
Yep.
Try and get a good possession.
Nice move and the pull-up. It's good. Big-time shot right there from Darius Briley. And a little momentum swing right now for Fuquay. You can hear the energy. 11-point game, 6.5 minutes to go. A lot of time left.
And you can tell they're getting out, and they're really making them catch it a lot further from the basket.
Action.
Quick cut. And that's the one, if you do pressure, that's the one you can get. Those backdoor cuts, the face cuts that you can get a good, easy look.
Yep, when defense is overplaying you, that's something that's going to be there more often than not. And Fuquay is going to try to answer right now. It's Briley. Sizes defender up, crossover, pull up three. No good. Rebound, bounce to the hands of Holmes. It's batted back out, and Fuquay's got it again. Corner three this time.
Short.
That one's no good.
Good look. They just got to get these stops. Keep getting stops.
Mm-hmm. They've clearly picked it up on the offensive end, and it started with the energy defensively. You can't let Proctor go all the way to the rim, and he does.
Yeah, those are the possessions you can't have. If you want to win the game, you gotta lock in. Somebody's got to pick up ball. You got to be able to talk on defense.
Absolutely. Proctor, 4 straight points after his brother got kicked out of the game. Strong move from Maslow down low. Says he's too little.
And I think that's kind of what he needs to do, especially if he's got a smaller defender on him. He's shown that he can kind of almost back down in a way to get that basket.
Yep.
They got to continue to get good looks, get the ball in the hands of the players they want to get shots up, and play defense.
Absolutely. No one thought about the step-back three. Turnover. Good defense right there from Riley. And Sheik Samora is getting ready to check back into the game for Fuquay for this crunch time stretch. Here's Maslow. Trying to put his move on a defender, puts his back to the basket, kicks it out. Good pass and cut. Layup is good.
Back
Rogers
to 11.
gets the finish. Here's Holmes. Over to Nolan.
But see, they got to match up. You can't afford to do that.
They got back too lazily on defense, and it led to an open look, but unable to execute.
They got lucky there. You gotta get back and match up better.
Yep. Maslow gives it up. It's Bullock back to Maslow. Maslow's got it, and we'll see what he can do. In and out dribble. Thought about the three, forced to give it up. 11-point game, 4:25 left. Here's Wohl, fall away. On the baseline, no good. Rebound, Nolan. Nolan, a little push cross in the open floor. He's going to push. Proctor, 3. That's a big one right there, Scott. Yep. That's a big one right there,
Scott. Momentum.
And Gabe is the first one off the bench celebrating with his team, getting them fired up now for Friendship. Has 3. See what Fuquay can muster up on this possession. It's A.J. Bullock bringing it up. Bullock over to Rogers. Rogers, pass back out Maslow. Shot fake. Wool, around a curl, floater. Left it short, got his own rebound though. Kick out Maslow, thought about the 3. Drives in traffic, he's fouled.
Pretty good play though out of the timeout to get a good look. Kind of missed the floater or layup, whatever you want to call it, but a pretty good offensive execution there. End up getting offensive rebound and some free throws out of it.
See if Maslow can make the front end of the 1-and-1. Scoring with the clock stopped, always key when you're trailing late. Get the last mass time out of the game. These guys can get their breath back under them for the final 3:51 of this one.
So Fuquay athletic director before the game, they're going to be building a beautiful school in Fuquay as well. So a couple nice schools within, 10, 15 minutes of each other.
Yeah, there's in the southwest Wake County area, you have this. You have obviously Apex Friendship, Holly Springs, Middle Creek, and all of those facilities are on the up and up. And there's, every school in Wake County is 4A. So there's 2,000 students at each school. It's just a lot of kids, a lot of talent in this area.
Great, a lot of good basketball too.
Yeah. 64-52 after the free throws from Maslow. Holmes going to inbound. Pressure look here for Fuquay. Here's Nolan pushing it ahead. They got numbers. Nolan retreats, gives it up to Luke, and they're going to settle it down. 3:40 to play. Here's Sams trying to get free. Gives it up to Luke Proctor. Has a bigger defender on him. Nolan's got it now. They're keeping Wool out at the top to try to apply pressure with his length, but Nolan evades it. Gives it up to Holmes. Back to Nolan in the corner. 3:20 to play. Apex Friendship trying to roll the clock out.
Yep, a little bit of four corners action. Got to find a way to pressure him somehow without, getting a bunch of fouls. But again, this is where we mentioned the shot clock, which would come
in handy.
Come in handy here. Force teams to play a little bit when they necessarily don't have to. But that's the luxury Friendship has right now, and they're going to take advantage of it.
Yep, I think adding a shot clock or not having a shot clock stunts the development of the game. Like, 3-point line shot clock, when those things get added, the game advances, and to have it at this level is something you need. 3:11 to go. Crunch time here. Luke Proctor at the line. And when college moved down to 30 seconds, it felt like naturally high school would go in at 35. But not every state has gone there yet. I know Georgia just passed the rule where every school is going to have a shot clock in place by 2023.
I just think it'll make the game better.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that would disagree, but, the last 11 years of my life I've had a shot clock, and I think it just makes the game flow better.
Mm-hmm. When you were playing on the EYBL, did they have a shot clock then, too, in the summer circuit, or no?
They did not. But we never stalled, I can promise you that.
They play with a 24-second shot clock now.
Yeah, I never stalled. No, and I'll tell you this, AAU probably doesn't need it. No. They play too fast anyway, so we got a foul?
Yeah, it looks like it was on Patrick Sams, number 21.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't think AAU ever need a shot clock, but in high school you'll get some of those teams.
Stall ball.
They'll get up 2-0 and go four corners.
Yeah, free throw missed short right there from Evan Rogers, the lefty. We'll see if he can knock this one down, try to make it 13. Wool has 4 fouls now for Fuquay. The big three for Fuquay, all playing with 4. 13-point game. Nolan's got it, gives it right back to Isaac Holmes. Holmes up the floor to Kenny Nolan. Nolan directs traffic. The senior guard will calm things down. 2:55 left. Here's Luke Proctor. Trying to draw some time off the clock. 2:50 to go. Luke evades the pressure, settles it down. Over to Ganem, over to Nolan. Taking their time. No need to rush it. Play your game. Settle it down. We would have been through a shot clock and a half by now, but that's all right.
Yeah, it's tough. There's not much you can do, especially when you got 3 good ball handlers up at the top.
And Kenny Nolan takes a 3, no good.
But they got a stop out of it.
They did.
So
40 seconds later, they get a stop. Here's Maslow, kick over, Riley, kick out Wool, catch and shoot triple. It's good. Meyer Wool showing off the stroke once again from beyond the arc.
10-point game.
He has made so many strides in the last year, and the next year will be big for him as well.
He's looked really good. I mean, even defensively, just protecting the rim, showing his range there. 5 seconds. All right.
10-point game.
That's what you got to do.
That was a big string of possessions right there for Fuquay. Get the stop, triple from Wool, 5-second call. Now you can make it a single-digit game with a little bit of time to work with. Here's Wool again. Going to try to attack. Gives it right up. Here comes Ganem down the lane. Layup, no good. Kenny Nolan, cleanup duty. Yes, sir. And Wool had made such a great play right there before, but unfortunately turned it over there. And like we said earlier, that's kind of the next step for him. Is that decision-making, and Samora plays with it, gives it up. Kenny Nolan, yep, you can count that one. And it's a 14-point game once again, and that'll just about do it.
And it looked like he caught a cramp in the process.
Yeah. It's tough. Game on the line, trying to get your team back into it, and you do that. Drive, lay, it's good from Riley. He's had a nice second half. 70-58 the score, minute 10.
He was in a little bit of foul trouble early on, too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So,
playing through it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think they had a much better second half than they did in the first. It's just, Friendship just executed so well tonight. They made shots, they got good looks, and almost Florida State-esque against my Wolfpack, just draining everything.
Yeah, shooting the cover off the ball.
You know, some nights you just got to tip your hat to a team and say, you know what, they beat us. Let's just go back to the lab, get better, and hopefully see them again.
Yep. Oh, boy. Kenny took a shot up high from Samora. Drive and kick 3 is good. 9-point game.
Dude.
Meyer Wool.
So I like that decision. So now he should trap. Once this ball comes in bounds, I would trap whoever it is and try and get a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Trap this corner.
They do.
See, I would have liked it better if he would have trapped there, but yeah, once they make the pass, got to try and foul as fast as possible.
Yep, and they foul Holmes, who I think is 0 for 1 at the line today. Missed the last front end, and he'll have another 1-and-1 to redeem the last one. 51.2 on the clock. Nine-point game. Both teams have 9 team fouls right now, so double bonus on the horizon. As Isaac Holmes, the sophomore, will line up, take, and miss. Here comes Maslow. A 3 makes it interesting, even a 2. Fake handoff. Back to Briley. He'll take the 3. No good off the back iron. Rebound fought for in the hands of Ganem to Nolan, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. I don't know if Kenny Nolan is going to come up empty-handed from there, but found a way to close it out without a key player. Credit to Apex Friendship, man.
Yeah, Fuquay continued to battle to the end, but I think I said earlier you don't lose a game in the first quarter, but you know they put themselves in a deficit that they had to climb, and you know Apex Friendship was able to really control the ball there in the second half, and you know pick and choose when they wanted to attack and get good shots, and it forced Fuquay to play a little bit quicker maybe and force some shots that they probably wouldn't take, but when you're down 14 to 20 points, you got to push it.
Yep. And there is Nolan for 2. 11-point game, 35 seconds on the clock. Here's Briley drives. A lot of contact there. What they call block?
I don't know what they want to call.
I don't know what they want to call either. It looks like they're going to talk about it.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yep. Samora is done.
Probably a good call. And he's had a good defensive game. I think that's his second charge today.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it might be his third.
Maybe his third. But he's had a really good defensive game. And, again, those are things that don't show up in the stat sheet that you got guys doing that, those are, as Derek Wittenberg would say, those are winning plays. Mm-hmm. And you got to have guys that make winning plays to win games, and that's one of them, taking a charge.
That is what Luke Proctor has done today. He's found a way to make winning plays. May not always show up in the stat sheet, but he's found a way. Foul is called. I don't know who they're going to call it on, whether it's Meyer or Sheik, but they're going to foul out whoever it was. And Kenny Noland is going to go back to the free throw line to put this one on ice. 29.6 on the clock. So we wrap this up.
I will say, though, it was fun, man.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, man.
It's been a while since I've been able to get out into a game. I think the last one I went to was NC State Pittsburgh, where they had fans there. So
I was at that game too.
So it's good to get out here and see some high school basketball, see some of the talent that's coming up through North Carolina.
For sure.
Obviously, even though Fuquay didn't play well, I think they've got some good players. They've got some good talent. I know Coach is going to get back into the film room and show them some things, and hopefully they can come back stronger. And Apex Friendship has just played a phenomenal game, and they're going to be a force, I think, all year.
I do too. And Samora will go to the line here, patting the stat sheet a little bit. Down 12, 21 seconds left. Not going to come back, but like you said, these two teams are going to see each other again. You definitely want to leave the impression like, hey, we're not going to roll over. They're down 22 at the half, and they're going to end up losing by 10 or 12. So they're able to fight back and show some promise and show that they are a capable team. But we'll see what shakes out in this last 21 seconds. Yeah, so you're back in the area now. We call it the Hoop State. I know you're from Indiana. It's a basketball hotbed too. So anytime you want to come on a game, come to an event, you're more than welcome.
All right. I might have to take advantage of that, especially now that it's a little harder to get into some games.
Yeah.
I might have to come on and talk on the air.
You always give T. Lou a call. I'm sure he'll get you set up.
There you go. Shout out to Ty Lou.
Absolutely. He's doing great things. It's been fun working with him at Phenom. 73-63 is the score here. 20 seconds left.
Congratulations on the soon-to-be baby.
Yes, absolutely. It's awesome. I think it's a boy, too, so that kid will probably have elite pats by the age of 4.
Yeah, I got one coming in March as well, so we've already talked about putting him in the same recruiting class. So I hope his son passes as well as he did. Get him a lot of assists.
Yeah, if your son's shooting like you did, that won't be an issue. 74-63.
Maybe by that time, when they're coming through there, maybe me or Ty Lue can be on staff at State, and we can maybe get them on, or maybe Butler.
Yeah, one of the two.
A school like that, and get them on.
It's kind of interesting. He ended up in your home state. You ended up in his home state for school. Obviously, he started at NC State, but where worlds collide, I guess.
Yeah. He went on to have a great career. Obviously, I wish he would have stayed on at State as long as he could, but he made a great decision to go to Butler and ended up going to some tournaments and having some great years.
Yeah, played in 4 NCAA tournaments as Samora hits the pull-up 3. 75-66 the score. Are they going to foul again? We got dinner appointments, like you said, man.
Yeah.
We got Mario Kart to play.
The wife and the child are at home waiting on me, so we got to get out there. I got probably about a 20-minute ride to Holly Springs, so not bad.
Not too bad. Yeah, I'm going back to Cary, so nothing crazy. 75-66.
I do have a tea time tomorrow, though, early morning, too.
Yeah, so you better get some sleep and get some rest.
Yeah.
Or it could be sand traps.
Yeah. As long as it's not in the woods.
Yeah.
As long as I don't lose more than a sleeve of balls, I'll be good.
Absolutely. 75-66. Make it 76. 5.9 on the clock. About to wrap this one up. I want to appreciate everyone for tuning in. We appreciate your support so much. If you want to rep the merch, be sure to go to hoopstatestore.com and also the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hoopstate Network. Be sure to lock in. We got 2 free streams tomorrow. We got Mikey Williams and Lake Norman Christian taking on Shining Light Academy, led by Harold Cohn, the father of Jalen Cohn, who's having a great season at Virginia Tech. And then we also have the Burlington School with Jamari Thomas, UNCW commit, taking on Greensboro Day, Freddie Johnson, the most legendary coach in the state of North Carolina. As Fuquay, he's up a 3 at the horn, and that will do it. Final score, 77-66. Scott, appreciate you coming on, my man. Thank you so much.